Nice meeting you too.
Tonda.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Nice
Good. Nice meeting you too.
My name is Terra.
Hi, how are you? Good.
I'm going to have you sit over here.
Okay.
You want to sit next to her?
Yeah.
I'll be sitting right here.
Okay.
And which side would you like? Just right there. Okay.
That's my elephant. Be here.
This is Reverend Alfred Babington
Hi,
Johnson.
how are you, Reverend?
Hello, how are you?
Fine.
Please meet King Peggy. Yeah. Right there. Right there. And Brother Babington is responsible for me and all of the elders in our community going to Ghana.
That's wonderful.
He has created an organization and he leads it called the Stairstep Foundation. Stairstep Foundation, among its many initiatives, created a process that would take young African American boys and girls and elders together in teams for intense bonding, building, and we went to Ghana.
Good.
And we did maybe like 6, 7 trips or 5, 6 trips.
That's
9 trips.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Where did you go in Ghana?
Well, we went initially to Accra.
Accra, the capital,
And
of course.
Tema.
Tema.
We also went to Cape Coast.
Yes.
Kumasi.
Kumasi.
And we traveled some north, and I forget some of the names.
Volga?
No, we went to the dam.
Akusumbo.
Akusumbo. Yes, we went to Akusumbo.
You all go to, whenever you all visit Ghana, you go to the capitals and the big cities that are beautiful.
Not so much
but you
to the
don't go to the,
villages.
little towns and all
Right.
that. I think that's what you all have to do next time.
Perhaps
to see
so.
how our brothers and sisters are suffering in all those areas.
Yes.
And of course, this is my younger brother, Papa. He came from Australia to help me with my tour.
Okay.
So he came from Sydney, and it's priceless to have your own brother to help you with your tour. Yes. And he's in the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I recognize you from the book. Let me say again, until we begin, that the book is priceless itself. It's a great book. It's a great story.
Thank you.
And Babington, I was saying to King Peggy that what fired me up when I read this was the commanding presence that she has become in her own mind and in her community and in the world, I think. And the power that she is delivering is a message of empowerment for women.
Yes.
And that message of empowerment is one that instructs men and women to be responsible stewards, particularly where we have failed.
Yes.
And she has challenged that. She's destroyed it.
It's really very good.
This is Mr. Bill English.
Hi, Mr. English, how are you? Nice meeting you.
Elders of the community. And
Not so elder.
his forte is education, which you had over in the back
He's
there.
a seasoned member of it.
Yes, absolutely. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Is this your first time to Minneapolis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love the city, but it's cold. And then I walked out and I said, it's cold, but I'm going to go out there. I don't care. I'll go and do my job.
Well, tomorrow it's supposed to be in the 50s, isn't it? Which is warm for us, but probably still cold for you.
I'll be in D.C. tomorrow. I'm going to be in D.C. for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Starting, I'm leaving tonight, going back to D.C. So
Wow.
you'll be back in D.C., won't you?
Yeah, I'll be back here on Thursday.
And Thursday.
Because from here I'm going to St. Louis for 2 days. Yes.
Okay. Great.
And of course, Tim is our escort back there. He's the one that is driving us through Minneapolis. Yes.
Great. Well, I'm going to wait for a couple more people to come and then we'll begin. Come on in, Peter. This is Dr. Peter Hayden,
Hi, Dr. Hayden. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
King
Fine.
Peggy, and her brother Papa.
How are you?
Papa Warrior.
Papa Warrior. Okay, Papa Warrior. Okay. Peter Hayden is the founder of an organization, an institution called Turning Point. Turning Point is creating a national model for helping black men and black women, black people in particular, deal with chemical dependency and alcohol abuse. And so they've got a residential program, a model that works, and it's being replicated around the country.
Okay.
But it started right here in this neighborhood, and he's got a great story. He and I are directors of this organization, the Minneapolis Urban League. I'm currently the chairman of the board
Okay.
of the Minneapolis Urban League, and Peter is the treasurer of the organization.
Right.
And so we
Nice
it's
meeting
great
you
to be
all.
affiliated.
I guess we're a good treasurer.
They gave him that title because he can then infuse money into the organization.
Yes.
From his personal
Because my
wealth.
treasurers were not good in Uchwan.
But Peter also went to Ghana.
Really?
Yes.
I was just telling Mr. Babington
Babington, yes.
that when our brothers and sisters go to Ghana, they only go to the capitals, Cape Coast, which is beautiful, and Accra, which is the capital, and then Akosombo and all those areas. You don't take chance to go to the villages or the small towns to see the real Africa. Because when you go to all these places, everything is new, everything is nice, and you think it's Africa. Africa is where the villages are. Because that's where you see the real suffering of our brothers and sisters that were left behind. And then that's where they need the help. So I think I will urge few of you that get chance to go to Africa, next time to go, try and get your escorts or whoever you go around with to take you to some of the village to see it for yourself and to see the type of water they drink. Yes.
Do you know the Ayensus?
Yes, Dr. Yinsu.
Dr. Yensu?
Yes, yes, Antidina. Yes, yes.
And they were the Fredina tours.
Yeah, Fredina tours.
Yes,
if you had mentioned to Auntie Dinah's tour that you want to go to visit some of the villages, definitely she would have made an arrangement for
No
that.
doubt.
Yes.
This is Robert Hickman, one of our young leaders, young lions.
Good, good.
King Peggy. Robin is a television producer and has a
Hey, I'm happy to hear
passion
that.
for creating images and stories that celebrate black girls
Wonderful.
and black people.
Wonderful.
She's the niece of the famed Gordon Parks,
Okay.
who was the premier cinematographer, filmmaker,
Yes,
musician.
yes.
And so she carries that passion and that legacy in her heart.
Very well.
And she's a fighter. She's a great fighter. She is.
And as a part of Babington's program, was just so blessed to, in December when we buried my mother, I got to wrap her in the cloth that I brought back from Kumasi.
Yes, yes, yes.
I had brought her a shawl, and I have a shawl, and I said, Mama, when our shawls meet again.
Wow.
It was
It was really, really emotional.
amazing to be there and to be on the phone with her and say, Mama, I'm home, and we're looking at the same sun
Yes.
from across the water. So very powerful. So I thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for coming. Come on in, Mahmoud. This is Dr. Anita Davis Defoe. She's the program officer for the Minneapolis Urban League and also a gifted leader, educator, program director.
That's great.
King Peggy. This is a gentleman we call our griot,
Hi, how are you?
Mahmoud El Khadi.
Akwaba.
And Mahmoud opens and closes the book every
Okay.
time. He's the person that keeps us all aligned
That's great.
and reminded of the importance of history and the role of culture.
Okay.
And so it keeps us grounded. And
Thank you.
well, let us begin. More will join us, but I would like to begin and thank you for taking the time to visit with us.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to begin again by asking each person to introduce himself or herself in a way
Okay.
that he or she would
Okay.
like. I've sort of told you who they are, but they know themselves better than I do.
Okay.
I want to, first of all, King Peggy, thank you.
You're welcome.
And
You're quite welcome.
I want to thank Papa Warrior.
Warrior.
I want to thank the Creator and the ancestors
Thank you.
for what they have done in your life and
Thank
what
you.
the Creator and the ancestors do in our lives.
Thank you.
Of our people around the country.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank all of those who've come before us, who make it possible for us to fight every day, to carry on, to believe that redemption is at hand
Yes.
and that a brighter future is ahead, but it comes through our work and our struggle, and
Yes.
that we're equal to the task.
Thank you.
And I want to say that when I read your book, It reminded me so much of the moments that I spent in Ghana, thanks to my brother Babington, the illumination, the enlightenment that I experienced by being there. And it reminded me that we have people here in this community that fight like you fight, that believe like you believe. And I thought it would be great to have a chance to meet you, to have you tell your story to our community. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you all for having me in this weather, you know, taking time off your busy schedules to be here, you know, to listen to my story and my journey that I'm going through.
Great. Let me ask each of the people here to take 1 minute only to say something about themselves, and that way we will come then to your story again. And I'll start here with Barbara Milon again.
Barbara Milon, and it is truly an honor to meet you. And you know, I've never heard or read of a woman being a king. So, welcome, and thank you so much for the invitation, Al. I did read a little bit in the newspaper about some of the resources that you've been able to influence to go to your country. So, I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. I'm the executive director at Phyllis Wheatley Community Center. Our core competencies are family and youth services. And we have an early child development center. We have one of the oldest continuously operating child development centers in the state of Minnesota. We were accredited a few years ago, and I won't take a lot of time, and we're very excited because in our men's program, one new is that we're seeking to bring literacy program, and we have this great opportunity to work with a woman at the university who's a national expert in literacy, but the program successfully has been able to keep the recidivism at a very low rate. We've documented that since 2008. Over 90% of the participants have not reoffended after completing the 20-week program, 18 months after completing the 20-week program.
Thank you. Barbara, that was a long minute. So let me ask my other guests to make this introduction 1 minute. Okay, so please, 1 minute, and then.
Oh, I'm at Myron Peters. I'm sorry. My name is Francine Chakolis, and I am a retired professor of 34 years teaching at Osborne College in family practice. And I got excited when Al told me I was going to get to meet a king, and it was a woman. So I will keep it to a minute. I retired, and now I'm doing family practice in the community, a center that I open up, which is, I'm looking forward to working there just 3 days a week. So.
And your daughter?
Yes, my name is Tonda Chakolis, and I'm an artist, and I am using my art and I also have a degree in leadership in management and business, and I am excited to be here. So.
Thank you for being with us.
I'm Tanya Johnson. First of all, thank you so much for coming. It's an honor to be in your presence. I'm a trailblazer. I am running for office for Hennepin County Commissioner District 2, which we're sitting in, and if elected, I will be the first, not only one African-American woman, but just African-American elected to Hennepin County, and I'm in it to win it. And so I'm just here just to glean from you. Al knows I love seeing women, and this is, we're in the presence of a king. I love seeing women in powerful positions because we have a voice too.
Yes. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Peter Hayden, and I want to just thank you. If any time in our lives in Minneapolis that we need you here right now is the time. So I just want to thank you for being here. I run a program. It's called Turning Point. It's a culturally specific service center. Emeritus Mahmoud Carti has helped me pull this piece together. But what we do is we work in the areas of mental health, chemical health, HIV and AIDS, and housing. And what we found was that we sometimes are afraid to say, if you are African American, that we work solely with African Americans. And so I want you to know we have a center. We work solely with African Americans. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. I thank you. I have company SoulTouch Productions because we produce things that touch souls, and my soul is being touched right now. The work that my mother inspires continuously is the work that I do with young women in a program, Loving the Skin I'm In. And looking at you, I'm loving the skin I'm in. Amen. Because as a child, my mother taught me to love the skin I'm in because I know that I come and I'm a descendant of Africa. And so as a little girl knowing that, and knowing that I came from Queens, now I know I come from Kings, too, is very, very important. And I will take this vision of possibilities with me as I walk with the girls I walk with.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Bill English. I've been in Minneapolis quite a while. I'm a retired business executive. I've done so many things in this community, it'd be difficult to describe. I consider myself an advocate for African American children who are not being educated to the best of their potential, and so I'm very doing that, and I operate a couple of businesses in Minneapolis.
It's an honor and pleasure to meet you and to be here. My name is Anita Defoe, and I'm a social entrepreneur. I'm a writer and a thought leader. I'm new to the Minneapolis community. I've been doing a lot of work across the Caribbean, some in Europe. I do program development. I'm always creating programs to help people see possibilities. A lot of my work, and so why this makes it even more honor, all my books are really focused on women and girls and leadership. And it's interesting, my latest book is called Follow Her Lead, Leadership Lessons for Women as They Journey from the Backroom to the Boardroom. So this is really an awesome pleasure to meet you. And I'm interested to hear your story. Thanks for inviting me.
Again, welcome, Akwaba.
Thank you.
My name is Mahmoud El Khadi. Here I am, and here I'm likely to be till we leave.
Thank you.
Terra.
My name is Terra, and I'm thankful and blessed to be one of the youngest people in this room, but to be here with such powerful people, but with such powerful women.
Thank you.
As a person who's running for office, I'm my father's child, so we like to cry when we get emotional, but it is amazing to see the leadership in this room and for us to have such a wonderful presence of a woman who is not just a trailblazer, but is one of her own kind. And as a result of that, our community is blessed, but I am blessed for being here. So thank you.
Amen. My name is Alfred Jesse Oluobankole Babington Johnson.
Don't give me all those things. You went to Nigeria?
My father was once, his father was supposed to be the Alake of Abeokuta.
Okay, Abeokuta, yes.
And he was born in Freetown, and he gave us our Yoruba name, for we are Yoruba people.
Okay.
Yes, and I too am one of the younger people in the room. But I'm involved in something called the Stairstep initiative, and our effort is to create a model of how you build community. And in that auspices, we actually did take these several trips to Nigeria, to Ghana. 3 of those who traveled with us are present in the room, and we're just delighted to be here with you, King Peggy.
Thank
God
you
bless
so much. Thank you. Okay, say something about yourself.
Well, my name is Papa Warrior. I live in Australia. I'm King Peggy's younger brother. I come straight after her. I've got 2 degrees. I've got Intelligence and Corporate Investigation, my first degree. And my second degree is Bachelor of Social Science, major in Humanitarian and International Conflict Resolution, sub-major in International Development, International Community Development. And I live in Australia. I just came to support my King Peggy for the book tour, and I'll go back to Australia after the tour, end of this month.
Great, great. Dr. BraVada came in. I'm going to ask you to wait. I'm going to have you close the meeting out tonight. So before we're done, Dr. BraVada has front page stories in my newspaper last week and this week, and she has power and passion. And so I'm going to ask her to just observe and to wrap up this conversation.
Okay.
King Peggy, thank you. Let me begin by saying again, thank you so much. Would you tell the story of how you became king?
Okay. I'm so happy to be among all those powerful and very educated people in this room. My name is King Peggy. Of course, you have heard about me. My real name that was given to me is Peggy Battles. Most people ask me, why don't you have an African name? You know, Cape Coast, I do originally from Cape Coast. And when the slave trade time, during the slave trade era,